I'm Matt the Comic Guy. Well, today is something interesting because I wanted to explain about something before I have a chance to continue. Today I want to explain about something that I never explained before, but I do it anyway. See, it's all about the brand new Fantastic Four and how now it had certain criticisms that I point out don't make much sense. One of the unfair criticisms that the not so correct criticism that it had is that the Fantastic Four in the new movie has no development. Like, barely if ever development. Is like, no, they have a lot of development. In fact, they actually are the Fantastic Four that grows throughout the movie. At first, they start out as team family that. At first, they start out as just a average family but with superpowers. Then, as the film goes on, they actually change they actually seem like they change as heroes. Another thing is the incorrect way of how much they change Johnny. Is the incorrect information of how much they changed Johnny Storm. As far as I know, he's still irritated. He still is immature. He's still the point where he irritates the Thing. And also, there's a point where he's not entirely different from other iterations of Johnny Storm. For one, they actually did have him feel like he had a crush on this movie's Silver Surfer. But obviously, she refused. And the Thing saw this, and of course, obviously, obviously that's still a thing in this Johnny Storm. I mean, there's not much change to what he has compared to other iterations. Like I said, there's been a moment where he can irritate the Thing and is immature. In fact, that's what people don't notice about this new movie is also, like I said before, this movie takes place in a separate timeline to the main MCU. The Earth that this film takes place is Earth 828. And yes, there has been other times, twice already, where there was a appearance from the MCU, appearance of the Fantastic Four in the MCU. But for starters, that was only one member of the group of characters. Only one character of the group of characters. And secondly, it was not an official one. this movie is a official MCU version because these Fantastic Four are entering the next Avengers movie. Yeah, I'm not joking. Soon after, they're gonna see their version of Doctor Doom. And I noticed that because there's a post-credit scene that reveals this. So yeah, this is the official version of the Fantastic Four in the MCU. It's just not one in the main timeline. Which, I said before, explains this movie's Silver Surfer. Instead of the usual version, they went with one that barely anyone even noticed. Even I didn't notice this Silver Surfer exists. The name, unlike the usual version, isn't. The actual name of the Silver Surfer is not easy to say. And you're wondering, yes, that's why I call the Silver Surfer, this movie's Silver Surfer. Because again, the actual name is not easy to say. So, I would think of trying to say it, but it's not going to easily roll off the tongue. And also, we have the fact that, they didn't even notice that. They didn't even notice that there were certain moments in the comics that weren't in the original comics outside of this movie's Silver Surfer. Like the fact that Ben Grimm near the end of the movie can grow a beard. Yes, Ben Grimm in the Thing can grow facial hair. That actually has happened in the comics before, where it actually has happened by pages. This is not in the earlier issues, obviously, but it has happened, yes. In the comics, there has been moments where Ben Grimm had grown facial hair. And this is not the only time where we see a comic character grown facial hair. But anyways, yeah. Also, you may have not noticed this, but this has a first time ever have an adaptation of Franklin Richards. No, Franklin Richards is a character from the comics, but he's a little later in the comics. Also, he is one of the most powerful characters in Marvel Comics. But obviously, he doesn't show any of this power in the comics just like he does in the movie. Besides this taking place in a different Earth, one thing that's different, one thing you notice that has originated from this movie is that it's not much. Now compare this differences between the comic and the movie, and compare it to other movies that were trying to base it on comics but add differences. See, unlike this new Fantastic Four movie, those films definitely deserve to be complained about those differences. So yeah, that's my takeaway from the obvious complaints or problems that people had with this new Fantastic Four movie. I easily explained the main reason why this movie's Fantastic Silver Surfer is not the usual version. I explained much about about the rare differences between the comic and the movie. And I also explained about the other elements of the movie that they totally did not notice was from the comic. I'm at the comic guy. See when I do a video tomorrow. Bye.